Hi. Wait. Let me figure out which one it is, though. I have a theme song, you guys. Nope.
Guaranteed. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Just Okay podcast with Whitney Ledesma.
Hi. I know. Was it even worth putting on the theme song? That's just, you can't hear it. It's great. It ends with the Law and Order SVU thing, and I get almost flagged every time for it.
Wow.
Today I have my friend Alaina Bamfield.
Hello.
I don't know why. Every time I see your name, I always think of Maria Bamford.
Everyone thinks of Maria Bamford. I've been brought up as Alaina Bamford, I think, more times than I've been brought up. Actually, I've been brought up as Alana Bamford more times than I've been brought up as Alaina Bamfield. Oh my God, what's my last name? I'm
called so
myself
confused.
Alaina
There's
Bamford.
too many Bams.
Yeah.
That's such a fun beginning of a name. It's a hyperbole.
A hyperbole, yeah. Bamf.
Hyperbole than the field. Do you think something just fell really hard in the field?
Maybe. Well, I always like to say, and this is cheesy as fuck, but my family group chat is the Bamfields, BAMF, badass. I like to say I put the Bamf in Bamfield, the badass motherfucker. BAMF. I don't know.
I put the Ledesbo and Ledesbian in Ledesma. I
put the Ledesmo and Ledesmian.
I literally, when I was a kid, I used to get bullied by being called a Ledesbian.
Really?
Yeah,
and
which is so funny.
Yeah,
I grew up to be a hardcore Ledesbian, but also to fuck women. You know the funniest thing? I was thinking about it. There's a few things I would be surprised. I don't think me as a kid would be surprised that I live in New York and do comedy. I think I would be surprised I didn't pursue music or acting, but I'm really glad I didn't, that I was bullied out of just expressing myself genuinely.
Okay.
I think that's why I love comedy, because I'm I'm making fun of me, but on my terms.
Wait, did the theater kids bully you out of
I wanted to be in theater so badly, but they were all I was not gay enough in high school to join theater, and also so they all came out gay, and then they all came out as photographers.
Oh my God.
So that was our theater kids. But I wouldn't be surprised that I'm in New York pursuing an art. I think I would be surprised that I read and that I openly eat pussy sometimes.
Yeah.
And that my mom isn't horrible about it. My mom's okay.
Yeah, my mom's come around to
she's
the idea.
I don't judge you, and I'm that implies judgment, but okay.
Yeah, I don't.
But I'm that's the best I can take. What about you? What did you do in high? Were you a theater kid or anything?
No, I was a stoner. Okay, so I did do theater 1 year, but that's just because I wanted to do the art bullshit, which is such a stoner reason to join theater, is to be I just wanted to paint the stuff, you know.
That is fun.
But
oh my God, you're the cool kids in the High School Musical.
I guess, yeah. I was the cool kids, but I was not the cool kids. We were the stoner kids, which was cool, I guess, but also gross and nasty. We hung out in a garden shed that we drug a TV and an extension cord out to, and we would sell pot out of that. And I did theater, but the theater kids that did theater at my school, most of them pursued acting or something like that. I have these two twin boys I can remember that I had class with them my whole goddamn life, from elementary school till we graduated. I was just in class with these two identical twin boys, and they moved to LA, and bro, now they work at Universal at the Harry Potter world as you know?
I don't think I would be. I mean, that's some
people's
people's
what was
dreams.
this for, you know?
Yeah, I know a girl who was in theater growing up. I didn't like her personally. She was never technically that rude to me, but she was associated with people who bullied me, so I just didn't like her by default. She wasn't horribly rude. She was okay to me, not nice.
But she wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She moved to LA because her parents supported her dreams. Mine did not. My mom would never let. I was I wanted to be on Nickelodeon so bad. I was I have these feet, dog. I have these feet. I can pick things up with them.
Dan Schneider.
I know he would have loved me.
Yeah.
But this girl, she moves to LA, and then she ends up becoming a Power Ranger. It got canceled. No. It got
Dude,
canceled.
you could have been Selena Gomez. Sorry, continue.
Dude, I wish.
Dude, you could have been Wizards in Waverly
And
Place.
she is now an Instagram Christian influencer. So in a way, I'm glad. I like where I am.
Good for her.
I like where I am. I think everyone is where they're supposed to be, maybe.
Yeah. Well, and to also answer your question that I didn't answer when you asked what I was I thought 100%. I was I'm gonna be a mom. I'm just gonna marry some dude and I'm just gonna like be a mom and like just like live this like little hometown life, and like that's like fully what I thought. Like I remember for like the ACTs or whatever, they were like all the like testing shit, and I was like, I'm literally, if I go to college, I'm going to a community college. I stole Adderall from my mom. I think I snorted like, I don't know, 20 milligrams of Adderall. It was like 2 pills worth of Adderall. Like I walked into the ACTs, which I think is only a test you take in Michigan. I don't think it counts for the rest. I think everyone else takes the SAT.
Oh, you have the option, but
Okay.
I took the SAT.
So like ours in Michigan, at least, if you wanted to go to school out of state, you had to take the SATs. But I was like, fuck that. I'm barely gonna take the ACT. I got a fucking 20. I didn't try very hard. But yeah, no, I thought I was just gonna like get married and like my husband was gonna be successful and I would just enjoy that.
I think especially because being raised in the South, you're like really taught to like push out babies and like to just marry someone. So for like the longest time, I did think I was gonna get married. When I was 21, I was supposed to get engaged, which is crazy. That guy
I was supposed to get engaged at like 22.
Dude,
oh
it's
my God.
and I'm so glad it wasn't. You know, I had the Facebook memory of him and I like in Cancun together for my 21st birthday.
Yeah.
We were gonna get engaged that November, and it popped up, and it was like the first time I've had it pop up in years of like me. And I think 5 years is how long it should take for like them to show you the memories. Cause I'm at a point to where I'm like, I'm glad it happened, but thank God it's over.
Yeah.
You know, like thank God. Cause now he's a deadbeat dad.
Dude, mine's a dad too. I think he's a good dad though. If you're watching this, I mean, I don't know anything about your life because your wife has blocked me on everything.
That is so funny.
But it's like one of those things where you're like, it like sucks and it's like toxic, but you're like, oh, like I'm the person that like has to be blocked for your relationship to work. Like that's like
that's a little bit of
gives
an
like
ego
some
boost.
power to something in some way, in some toxic thing that's like not right, you know. But I'm just like, yeah, for sure. Because my ex, the same one that I was gonna maybe get married to, like he literally like has a child with. He's the reason I do stand up, is because he had a child with.
He's the
my
reason
coworker.
I stopped. He's the reason I started doing stand up, because I said I was gonna do everything I said I was gonna do while I was with him, and I just became so stagnant.
Yeah.
I had like really bad PTSD. Like I wasn't leaving the house. So
No.
when I moved out, I had to like move back in with my parents, and then 2 weeks later, I moved it back to an apartment I used as like a storage shed,
Yeah.
and like had to relearn to live alone. But like I'm so grateful he kicked me out on my ass. But like a year later, we met up and talked about it.
Oh.
And he was like basically asking me to thank him for that. Like back to like, I'm like,
Okay.
you could have handled it so much better. I could have too. I mean, like you break up with me, I drag it out for like a month.
Yeah.
I'm a horrible person to go through a breakup with. I'm
But
like,
do you just like miss them and like want to talk, or are you like a closure person? Like, do you need closure?
I've only dated a handful of people. I think 4 people.
Yeah,
I just like I know like I don't have the highest standards, but very few people meet my standards, and a lot of it has to do with vibes.
Yeah, no, they're not high standards. They're weird standards.
They're weird
Yeah,
standards,
just,
and like there's
strange.
niche things. And I can let go of a lot of stuff that I did. Dude, yeah, but he and I are really cool now. We became friends. We went through a period where he wasn't trying to get me back, but we were like talking again.
Yeah.
But then he knocked up this girl. She got pregnant. She was 5 months along, had a miscarriage, which like,
oh no,
the chances 20%. Like God gave him that.
yeah.
Because she also, I'm pretty sure, was vaping throughout her pregnancy. I've talked
my
about this on my
God.
channel before, but like she's straight up
vape?
like had photos with it, and there is a child involved, so I'm not gonna be super. I don't even know if the kid's alive though.
That's the
'Cause
strangest thing when there's a child involved. You're like, oh, gotta watch my mouth.
Well,
Go ahead.
The first one had a miscarriage, and she was trying to trap him. It was like a Tinder hookup that turned into like this like whole thing, and then they hooked up one more time because she didn't have a place to stay, and he's like, I'm a nice guy. I'm like, you're not nice. Just because you're nice to someone, technically, it does not make you a nice guy.
Yeah.
You
Well,
setting boundaries is a lot nicer.
Dude, as a people pleaser, that's one of the things I've learned recently, is that like setting, like I think a therapist said this to me once. They're like, setting boundaries is the highest form of love, technically, because you're like, I trust and love you enough to like respect this like boundary that I'm setting. Like I'm like, I feel like open with you enough to be vulnerable, and like share this and tell you that it bothers me, and I like love and trust you so much that I know that you're gonna like take me at my word and like do that. You know? And it like relieved a lot of anxiety for me, but I still people please.
I am not a people pleaser. But anyways, they fucked that one time. She moved to Colorado, and then about Easter this year, he found out she was pregnant and had the kid. And yeah, it was wild. I don't know how the kid is, but it's weird. She definitely wanted to be with him because then she blocked him after. That was the last time we spoke. And I literally have been trying to get it. We're like friends. We're friendly. We used to talk a lot, then it comes in waves and he goes ghost mode. He has a lot going on in his life, but I'm like, dude, just fucking return my calls.
Yeah.
It looks weird when I call you more than you text me back.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it seems like we're not friends, but when we talk, we are. And so I'm just like, this looks weird because I'm your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I look crazy.
Don't make me look crazy.
I'm like, yeah, don't make me.
Yeah, that was like part of the thing with like the dude that I was dating that I almost married to. It was that it was just like so quickly moved on. And then I was like, why are you making me look like a psychopath? We dated for almost 5 years. Of course I'm going to be upset, bro.
He dated a girl the month after we broke up, or like 2 months. And then he cheated on her twice with me. And I felt so good about myself at the time, which is so fucked up. I'm like, it's so fucked up how good that made me feel. Cause I was like, oh, I had such low self-esteem at that time. Clearly, like we cheated over COVID on his birthday via FaceTime.
Oh no, not even a physical cheat.
And I'm like, you can argue what you want, but when your dick is out on a FaceTime and my tits are out, that is cheating.
No, it is cheating.
I would lose my shit. That is so pathetic too. It's like when you cheat with like a chat bot on Instagram, just like, ooh, hot pussy news.
Yeah. I'm clicking that link, you know? Yeah.
Dude, yeah, but
yikes.
that was a low.
Yeah.
That was a low.
Dude, it's hard. Especially when like, okay, so was it mutual? Did he break up with you or did you break up with him?
He broke up with me.
Okay, because I broke up with mine and then he like begged me not to like sleep with anyone that he knew. And then like 2 weeks later, he's dating my coworker.
That's insane.
And I'm like, how can you ask me not to screw anyone?
So
you're
he can
still
do it
occasionally
first.
staying at the house like that
That's
I
so
live
weird.
at because you don't have anywhere to go, you know?
That's so weird.
It's so strange. But I
think
do wish him well. I don't know. Like whatever. I didn't want to get married. I didn't want to do the things he wanted to do. So it's fine. But a part of me still like looks at that and goes like, oh, that was like that like if like the road is like split into two, like forked off into two ways, and like one is like doing stand-up comedy and like having like a career that like I feel like fulfills me, and the other one is like living a life with like a family and a husband that fulfills me, like that is empty, like it's done now. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, like I'm just like I don't know if I like it fucked me up, dude. I don't know if I can see myself marrying anyone else. Not that I want to marry him, but you know what I mean?
I can see myself marrying someone, but when I was a kid, I definitely thought I would be married by now and have kids by 20, which is crazy. But in the South, that is like so normal.
I thought I would have kids by 25.
I was like, if I'm not gonna be a teenage mom, I don't want it. You know, like that's when I grow up, I want to be a teenage mom. I literally, my best friend Isabel from high school, she knows this about me. I love watching movies and like docuseries about teen moms, or if there's like a accident, I eat that up. I don't know if you've seen the movie What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Yes.
Okay. So I have a joke about this because it's true. It's fucked up, but it's true. Anna Kendrick's character has sex with a hot guy in there. One night stand, gets knocked up.
Yeah.
They have a beautiful relationship. Then she has a miscarriage. And I was like, I want to be her. I'm like, I want to be her. I was like, that is my dream.
Trauma bonded. And I'd also like to, I want to grow up and be a grandma. I would like to be a teen grandma, please.
My parents are not incredibly old, but my dad is a lot older, was a lot older than a lot of parents growing up. And I told him it embarrassed me, which now I feel horrible about. But like, I'm glad my dad is my dad. I'm glad my mom is my mom.
Yeah.
But like, it was something that's why I wanted kids at a young age. And I was like thinking, because I don't want to be like an old, I was like, then I could be, if they're born at 20, I'll be 38 when they're out of the house.
Yeah.
I'll be like
I'll
a
be
young
a young
mom.
fucking woman.
I'll still be a hot mom. And I know like science technically best time to have a kid is when you're a kid, but like still.
Yeah.
Like that's not how like life works. That's how our bodies work, but not our life.
Yeah, that is weird. And it also is weird that like right around the time you like, I mean, I started my period when I was 17, but like most girls get around like 12 or 13. That's also the time you like start like watching your younger siblings, babysitting, doing all of that stuff. And I'm like, it's so weird that like you start bleeding and then they're like, here, try it out. You know, like see if you're good at it. You know, like see if the kids like you, if they listen to you.
Ah, God, I I volunteered a lot at church. I know it like probably shocks people because I also like post to OnlyFans. Yeah, it's not that sexual, but it's sexual. I posted my first nude, not nude, but like I posted a picture of my tits as the background or something. I think it's funny because it's like, one, I'm all for free the nipple. Two, I want money. And
I don't even know if that's a nude. That's like just like a naughty, fun pic. I don't know.
I just thought it was so, I felt really weird about it at first, but I'm like, whatever. So if y'all want to subscribe, it's below. It's weird. It's a weird thing. The thing is, I don't want to post a like picture of my tits with the objective because I know people are going to jerk off to it. I like the idea of someone questioning if they should jerk off to it.
If they should jerk off to
it. Like I used to send nudes to my ex. Well, we never actually dated, but we were together a year and a half. Weird.
That
just
guy,
loitering.
That one dude.
I used to send him some fucked up nudes.
You showed me a funny
the Columbine one. Yeah, so I did the Columbine security camera footage and me photoshopped. And then I used to I'm really good at photoshopping, so I did like Pee Wee Herman's face on my body and he was like he said it confused him sexually. I think I saved the screenshot of that because I found it on my Mac and I was like, this is so funny. I like keep our messages just so I can see the nudes I sent him because they get weirder and weirder because I was so, in a way, it's beautiful because of how comfortable we were with each other. But yeah, I just haven't, until I can find someone who gets my humor, I don't want to.
I love that. I love that you're turning nudes into like a mind game. Like it's like a mind fuck. You know, like, should I? Like
I did Donald Trump, I did Putin.
Yeah, you're like, do I need to go to therapy because my dick is hard?
I just think guys should feel a little more guilty about jerking off because they do it so freely. And I'm like, I want someone to question, does this make me gay? Sometimes I'm like, there's tits, but God, there's, you know.
Yeah, there's.
But God, it has Donald Trump's face.
Yeah, it's photoshopped a third nipple. Like, yeah.
I did the first, yeah.
The nipple's a belly button.
The nipple, no, sometimes I do turn my nipples into weird things on OnlyFans. And because like I'll post those and like this is just the first one that shows my nipple. It's so funny. My friend Philip, he has a bit about how like areolas are like budding and they have like the little seeds around it.
Dude, this is too much information. But have you ever squeezed those?
They come out. Like I thought it was the only one.
Like pop little filaments out. They're like little rice. Like mine aren't hard, but they're like the shape of rice.
It's like really fun, like blackheads on my tits.
Dude,
it's not a blackhead. They are like pink, but
yeah.
It's like I was like, is this milk?
Dude, I literally was like, is this a sign of breast cancer? Milk? Yeah, is this a sign of breast cancer?
No, I think everyone has that. And if not, we both have breast cancer.
You're the first, yeah, dude.
You're the first person I've talked about this with.
Me too.
Actually,
no one ever admits to it.
Hey, we're saying what women won't.
Yeah,
hey, step up and use your voices and get a fucking podcast like everyone else.
Yeah, for real.
We're just like the men now.
Explore your body.
Dude, explore your body. It is a weird thing though. Like I had such shame about my period, maybe even till like last year. When I started dating a woman, I had progressively less and less shame about my body.
Okay.
And less shame about my period because it's just like we both, you know, I never
maybe that's my problem. Maybe I would be more confident if I could date women.
Dude, it's dope. But also, I mean, I was cheated on by her. I mean, I still love her, but God, not like in love, but I love her.
The thing is, I just feel like, oh God, women are so much smarter than men. I would get, like, if I got with the wrong woman, I would just be duped so quickly.
Dude,
because so many stupid men have duped me. A woman? I wouldn't stand a fucking chance.
No,
bro.
yeah. All of my friends did not like her by the end of it. But sometimes we still talk when she's lonely and she texts me.
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm such a sucker. I'm such a sucker for like a nice hot blonde bitch that like is just smart and also a little quirky and nerdy. I love a nerd. Guy or girl, like a little bit of a nerd.
I like someone that looks like they have I've been told that I look like I date dudes that look like they have like nut allergies.
I date people that also look like they have nut allergies.
Like gluten allergy. Dude. Like looks like a piece of toast would take them out.
Dude, yeah, she was like, she wouldn't eat gluten, she wouldn't eat sugar. She definitely had an eating disorder, but I was like, whatever keeps you thin, bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, this is definitely triggering mine too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, babe. No, she was cool. I liked her a lot. But like, I don't know. I think that helped me get, because it's like weird, because guys are also so weird about periods, but then like some guys are too accepting about periods that it makes me even more uncomfortable. I'm like, I'd rather you act like this didn't exist than you start talking to me about my menstruation.
Dude, have you ever had a dude try to eat you out on your period?
Actually, I think I told you this. A guy was trying to talk me into having period sex with him.
Dude, okay, so I will do period sex.
Same.
But it's gotta be it's usually something I'll do in a relationship.
Yeah, it's not like a
Nothing
one
with
night
like
stand.
a new person. If I've been fucking you for a while, I'll allow it if I like the sex and I'm like comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's vulnerable. It's vulnerable to be the only one bleeding in the bed, you know? And also, you're the guy or the girl, whoever it is, only person that can see the blood and knows what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just blind to the whole experience. So it's vulnerable and I don't like it. And so the dude that I've been hooking up with, it was just so funny because I was on my period and I invited him over and I was like, oh, sorry, you know, like I'm on my period. Basically, like I can give you a head or something. And then we just start making out and he goes down there and I go, what the hell? I literally stopped him and said, what the hell? And then he was like, well, what do you want to do on your period? And I'm like, I have never had a man just be like, oh, what do you mean? Like, it's all business as usual.
Oh, I need some more iron in my diet.
What, dude? I don't know. And maybe that was like a
He's
not
like, I
a
like my
story
steak
to
too
share,
rare. No,
but I was just like, what the hell? Like, it's like, but he's like younger than me. So I'm like, what is this new generation of men that's like, pussy blood? Like, you know, like.
I've never had a guy eat me on my period. See, the thing is, I've had a lot of period sex. Guys just don't know it because I had a really light period.
Yeah.
And so I would just throw away the condom when there was a condom involved. Or suck off his dick after. Because it wasn't like a lot, but I was still like I've never had messy sheets from it or
I
anything.
mean, it kind of stopped. I mean, like, it's.
They're
It's
like,
not like
I think they push it back.
Yeah, like, it's not like you're plunging a toilet. Like, it's not like coming back up, you know? It's just, yeah.
No, that, and then the other week, a guy, or I guess like a month ago now, this guy came over and he was like wanting to fuck me. It's never been a good light before, and I just wasn't interested. I hadn't shaved my legs. Was on my period, and yeah, guys, I talk about periods on my podcast now. This was real girl talk. I never talk about periods the one time. No, but he literally like was like trying to talk. He was like, something about, you know, some girls like period sex, and it was like, wow, crazy. I did not know that was an option. Wild. Also, like, I was like, I just don't feel good right now to have sex. He was like, you know, you're sexy. I'm like, yeah, I do. I just have hairy legs and I have a silicone cup in my vagina 1/2 inch full. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to
Tell you what, bucko, you pull this diva cup out of my pussy,
drink it
like a man, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to me.
Dude, yeah. I'm like, take it
Drink
like it's
it like a man and then kiss your
pre-workout.
best friend. And I'll let you fuck me. Yeah, like,
He, like,
what the fuck?
I was just so like, also the idea of a guy trying to talk his way into sex when it's just off the table is so off-putting. I hate when I'm like, I said no, that was my boundary, and now you're like, let me try to fucking change her mind with my fucking Riz. I'm like, what Riz? Your body is underdeveloped. I've described him to people underdeveloped and small dick. But yeah.
Underdeveloped has to be such like one of the that is.
I'd
such
rather
a
you be fat.
ruthless
I'd rather you be fat.
insult. Yeah, to be underdeveloped is so funny.
Because I'm like, it's like, at least women have tits. At least like if big guys have tits. You have nothing.
It's no, you just came out like too soon.
Yeah, you look like the drywall behind
Yeah.
me. Like,
Ugh. God.
yeah.
I just felt a while ago. I've dated men like that.
Same. But I'm like, you're just a hookup.
They
and
always go into rock climbing after. You're like, fuck.
yeah. The worst is when they like
Indoor rock
suck
climbing.
at like having sex and they don't have much to offer, and then they're mean after. Because I'm like, you have all the collateral here. I have nothing.
Yeah, I always get.
lose.
They're always, not really the men that I've like dated, like the men that have been my boyfriends, like long term relationships.
It's like the hookups and one
It's
night
like
stands.
the people that are like, yeah, like overstepping their like boundaries and shit, you know. Those are the people that are mean to you, and I'm like, every single, like, I wrote a joke about it. I'm like, every single time they tell me I have no tits,
Oh.
And like you know, and like the joke I wrote about is because like they'll be like, oh, you have like the chest of a 12-year-old boy, anyways, and I'm like, you picked this, you fucking pedophile.
Yeah, it's like, why did you choose me then? What?
Yeah.
Am I saving a child now?
Yeah, you pedophile, a gay pedophile at that, because 12-year-old boy, you know what I mean? Like, it was just terrible. But I'm like, what? I hate it when
It's like, then why are you here?
why are you here? What
Did you come here to titty fuck because you knew it was the merchandise was?
Yeah.
Did you think I just left my pair of tits in the back? Like, oh, sorry, let me go to my closet first and get it out.
God, if the dude tried to titty fuck me, I think it would make a xylophone noise on my rib cage.
Even if guys try to titty fuck me, I have a little bit going on there. Not a lot, but I'm like, I don't have titty fucking tits, in my opinion. They should be like this big.
No, the size of heads.
They need to
Human
be
heads.
like cartoon sized tits.
Yeah. If
I
I
want
put
them-
my head next to the tit,
I
it should
want
be the
like
same
2
size.
melons.
Yeah. I want 2 melons, but not on me, just on my dresser, like to squeeze before I go to bed.
Oh, nice. Yeah, some stress melons.
That'd be
I don't
cool.
know. Tits are nice. Tits are nice. I like every now and then I'm like, do I have breast cancer? Is that a lump? What does a lump feel like? Because I'm like, my breasts feel lumpy to me.
Okay, so every time, so I
Not
told
me
my mom,
squeezing my tits to figure out if I have
if
cancer.
I have cancer.
Sorry.
I
Breast
do have
exam.
a weird thing. Yeah, we just do.
This is a segment on my podcast.
It's
we
actually
both just
for OnlyFans. We just touch each other's boobs.
No.
That's kind of a cute picture, like of both of us with our hands right there.
We care about health on this podcast. Okay.
Get a fucking mammogram. Just go do it.
Yeah, get a pap smear.
Why not? I'm so scared of pap smears. I've never gotten
Really? I've had one. I've had 2. Honestly,
bad. I've never done it.
I've only really had male gynecologists too. One of my friends was like, that's weird. And I was like, actually, the last male gynecologist, because I was like working a Rogan show that night, he would like told me about how he loved Ron White. And it was like, this is really comforting.
Yeah, like
I was like, I know that's bad, but like, I mean, he felt like not like a comic or like, but like we could talk about something.
yeah.
Any other like
your vaginal health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to avoid talking about my vagina. Just tell me if I'm dying or not.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
bro it out.
Well, and that's the thing. Okay, that's the thing about like old men gynecologists in general that are men. How? I'm not judging you, but how did you get into that line of practice? And was your father a gynecologist? Because it seems like a family practice. It seems like people that own funeral parlors. You
feel
don't
like
get into
they
that. Your
think
family has owned funeral parlors.
it could be a
forever.
guy who's trying to like figure out where the clit is.
That
Like,
would be
he went
to
to
go
school,
to medical
to
school.
go to medical school. So he's like, yeah, I know where the clit is. I feel
I
like
know.
it definitely like it does help sexually. Maybe like that's like
Maybe.
the intent behind it, but they also love women's health.
I tried to write a Larry Nassar joke about that.
Oh yeah,
Spoiler
her biggest
alert.
credit, she was molested by Larry Lasser.
He got me.
I know. I was just fucking raped by random men. God.
God. But you had more than me though, which means you were hotter, and you were also. I was a child, so it was different.
Dude, I got raped
It was
every
different
year.
because like I wasn't hot. You know what I mean? Like mine wasn't because I was attractive. I was just easy.
Yeah, but I was raped every year for 4 years. And so, like, I used to get so anxious
least
about
you
it. Like, when is it?
graduated.
I know.
Yeah.
I used to be anxious, like, when is it going to happen? you
Yeah,
know, and
yeah.
then be, like, relieved after. I was like, oh, God, thank God, not till next year. Like, it was my womanly year exam.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I get the flu every year. I hate
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh, God, no. It's been almost 4 years since the last one. So, but, like, it's, like, one of those things. I'm like, one guy said he raped me because he was my friend and he just really liked me. And I was like, that's not how friends work.
That's that's crazy.
He also went by Smiles.
wow.
Like, I've never been raped by a cool guy. I've only been raped by short kings.
Yeah.
Not short kings, but
So is that a red flag for you if someone like goes by a stage name or you're just like, no.
I mean, granted, anyone with a stage name, I would never date, in my opinion.
Well, I guess he went by Smiles. That wasn't his stage name.
No, he
right?
was he said he would bring the frat Smiles. So it was like, this did not bring me Smiles. So I actually have to tell you 2 frowns down after that. We're back. We're talking about rape. We're not going to talk about rape anymore. We're going to talk about molestation.
Yeah, we're gonna switch it up just a little bit. But no, we were talking about the gynecologist.
Yeah.
Like if a man got into it just to like find where the clit is. So like I've had like a bunch of stupid questions about the Larry Nassar thing, which is like, and they're not stupid, but they are stupid. Like when someone goes like, "Was it good though?" You know, like, because he was a doctor, like, I have a joke about that. And then, like, I say, like, well, if he was good, we'd all still be seeing him. It's hard to find good help these days, whatever. It's, like, super insensitive. But I used to say this and it never worked, but I wanted to be like, the most frustrating thing about Larry Nassar is that he paid $200,000 a year to go to medical school, and he just like must not care where the clit is. Like, I was like, he paid like all that money to go to medical school and then still doesn't know where it is.
There was
Which is how you know it was self-serving.
Dude, he's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
There's another doc. I've been really into learning about malpractice lately. There's another doctor. He was on the Upper East Side or the Upper West Side. He worked for Columbia University, and over 3 decades of abusing women who were his it was mainly like girls who it was like their first gynecologist or like new mothers. And he would lick their vagina, moan during breast exams.
How did that go on for that long?
Because institutions protect predators.
But oh my God.
Like literally they would there's a great podcast about it. It's called Exposed. It's by Wondery. I love that podcast.
I need to listen to it.
It's so fast. I literally listen to it on the train every day. Like it's so wild how protected the institution. Also, they did an investigation. Bullshit.
Of course, they always do.
They found them innocent despite them literally referring his patients to a number for another because that was a common occurrence.
Yeah.
That was over 3 decades.
Yeah.
Insane. I don't know.
It's crazy though because like for me, like my thing, I was like, yeah, I got molested. My mom was in the room, but it was like pretty like as far as the situation
there
goes.
Were nurses in the room.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on under the table.
Exactly. Like it's like you know, you're my mom, you're sitting there, this is the exam table, I'm laying on my stomach in a paper gown. This man is literally massaging my, like, visibly, like, the part my mom can see. He's doing regular, like, adjustment type shit, and then it's just the other
It must
hand,
be okay.
And he's talking to my mom the whole time. If a man was licking my pussy and groaning during a breast exam, I'd like to think that my mom would notice. Like,
there were nurses in the room.
Something would happen. You know what I mean? Like, it blows. But, I mean, you're right. They just cover it up, but it blows me away.
It's
that it
wild.
goes for decades like that. When it's so blatantly wrong and disgusting.
Because it's also, we're trained to trust medical professionals.
We are.
Like, we're trained, like, so you're like, well, if there was a nurse in there, this happened. I just assume, like, you gaslight yourself almost.
They would say something.
Yeah.
Why would I?
Yeah, why would I not be, I mean, why would I be in harm's way? This guy's a doctor. He's supposed to, doctors are supposed to help people.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, he did not help you.
Yeah.
He didn't even make you come. He did not help you.
Did you see that documentary on the fertilization doctor who inseminated a bunch of women with his own sperm instead of their husband's sperm? And he did it like, it was really bad because like then he had like all of these children and they were like way too close to it. Like they could have married each other and had kids.
They always, there's like a Facebook group for them. Also, like it is wild to like, hypothetically, if you were a sperm donor, multiple people, and it's weird to find that out because it's like we weren't raised like siblings, but we are.
Yeah, no, we like genetically are.
But genetically, if we had kids, they'd have 3 eyes.
Yeah, yeah. That's
like,
weird. I have cousins like that. Like my biological grandpa left my dad's family. And so like I have like an hour away in West Michigan. Like I'm pretty sure he had more children or something. But I'm like, I got cousins out there. I have no idea who they are. Like when I run into people and they kind of look like me, I'm like, do you have any Truesdells in your family? Because, like, I don't know. I'm worried. I'm really worried. Like, I will not fuck blonde dudes.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it's a low chance that I'm actually that related to them.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, any blue-eyed blonde person is related to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, the inbreeding in Europe was bad. Mm-hmm. Like, the royals, all that, they all started looking fucked up towards the end. I don't know if that's wrong to say.
No, it's crazy that I have blonde hair, blue eyes, and I've never had braces. These are just my teeth.
That's nice. I had
like, how did I get all of the inbred traits except for the fucked up teeth? You know, like I'm really English too, or British, whatever you call it.
English, cropper,
I'm quite English.
I'm quite English. No, you'd have fucked up teeth if you were more English.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the mixing. That's what got the teeth straight. It was all the mixing my family did with France.
Ooh, wee. God, I love escargot. Escargot is like one of my favorite foods. A lot of people don't like it, but
I've never had snail.
Really, it's so good.
Never
it tastes just
snail,
like garlic.
Never had oyster. Do people eat clam?
I don't like oyster. I don't really eat clams unless they're like clam chowder.
Oh, I've had clam chowder, but I haven't had like...
I haven't had like straight up clams really. I just don't like oysters because they're raw, but also like... I don't know. People are like dying from them now in Connecticut. I'm
Where
like,
are you from in Texas?
I'm from Austin.
How close is I'm stupid. How close is Austin to the ocean?
to ocean, like 4 hours.
Okay. So you grew up pretty landlocked.
Yeah.
I grew up landlocked too. So like, I mean, Michigan's got the Great Lakes, but that's not where you get lobster and seafood. So
yeah.
like getting seafood in Michigan is like, you don't really go out for seafood like you would in Maryland, because it's not fresh, you know, it's been on a truck or whatever. So I feel like that's also part of it, is that I'm just like, I haven't had a lot of opportunities where like oysters are on the table in front of me for me to like try that out.
For sure. I mean, my parents, they both lived in Houston. Houston isn't like super far from like Galveston or anything. So it's like you're closer to the water, or is it Corpus Christi? I don't fucking know which cities. They're Corpus Christi and Galveston are the same
Texas
place to
is
me.
Huge. Also.
It is huge. You can drive 10 hours and be in the same state.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Did you ever watch Animal Cops Houston growing up?
No.
That was one of like, I always wondered, I'm like, do they show this in Houston? Because it's so horrific. It's like them saving animals off the streets of Houston.
Dude, it's bad out there. And then also there was an episode of Cops, the one from my high school was in. I forgot who it was and what episode, but I remember everyone freaked out about it, and I was like, it was like, this was predictable.
When you like, because like everybody has intrusive thoughts, but I feel like everybody has like different levels of intrusive thoughts, and like how, because like you can get like compulsive thoughts and like obsessive, then that's like OCD or whatever. I used to date a dude that had schizophrenia, and it was actually weird, and I never wanted to tell him this because I would never want to like feed into anything like, you know, like negative mental health. But like he like told me about like a couple of things, like it was like all auditory for him, you know what I mean? So like if he got like super stressed, like something would like just like basically tell him it's okay, which I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good schizophrenia, you know what I mean? You're stressed out, someone's yelling, like we'd get into a fight and like I'd be like yelling at him or something, and he'd like look over his shoulder, and I'd be like, what are you doing? And I'm like being an asshole kind of, but I'm like, who are you looking at? What are you looking at? Like, whatever. But he would have all these like he stopped at this yellow light, plenty of time to run the yellow and make it, you know, but he stopped, and then a car came through and ran the red going the other way or whatever, like whatever it was. Yeah. And it was literally just like a thing, and he was like, oh my God, I'm like freaked out. He's like, I literally like heard someone tell me like, don't do it. Like, don't run it. And then like that happened. And I was like, that must be really affirming for the voices in your head to have something like that happen and then have it like save you. I would listen to that voice every fucking time from there on out. You know what I mean? It's so
scary when things reaffirm your thoughts. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't realize intrusive thoughts were a part of OCD till TikTok, because I have OCD, but no one explained what OCD was to me as a kid. I just had a lot of intrusive thoughts. Yeah. And it was all
worries. You just thought you were worried.
I think I told you about this, but my first like big mental health episode that like got me on medications, I was in 5th grade, and I quit soccer over it because of these things called aqueducts. Because
sorry, I did not mean to laugh at your trauma. It's so goofy though.
It's so funny because I was such a crafty kid. They were like these like little beads that you sprayed with water, and I'm a crafty little rascal. But you sprayed these beads with water, they would stick together. You could make like art with them. I loved them, but they were made in China, and they were not regulated, and a bunch of kids were eating them and going into comas and dying.
The Tide Pod of our generation.
Yeah, it was like bad. Like, and I was already freaked out to be around cleaning supplies, because like I was like, what if I eat it? What if I eat it? I don't want to eat it, but what if I eat it? What if I, you know? Yeah. And then with this, I love this toy. It was everywhere. I did not sleep in my room. I slept on the couch from then on. I quit soccer because I had once had the things in my soccer. It was so bad. It literally put me on medication.
Damn. That's crazy.
All because of a toy from China.
Yeah.
And no one explained to me what OCD was. Everyone just told me I had anxiety and OCD, but I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
It's like, oh, that's why I won't step on the cracks, because I'm just like so paranoid. That's why I'm counting things and stuff.
No, I learned what OCD was, and I was like, I have anxiety.
I learned about OCD in college too. No one talked about the fact that there's intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. Because exactly. Everyone has intrusive thoughts. They're just... It's different. Do you let it go, or do you keep thinking about it? You know what I mean? And then the caliper at which you keep thinking about it determines whether or not that is an obsessive compulsive disorder, or if that is just like generalized anxiety.
I'm so grateful to be on medication. Yeah. People have asked me, because I've been on medication since I was 12. I've taken a couple breaks and stints in like college and high school when I was feeling rebellious, but like I'm so much better on medication. Like it's legit a mental like thing. Like I have a chemical imbalance. All of my siblings and I have it. Like if we're all on medication. Thank God for the world.
My mom has OCD and bipolar, and I'm like, I don't know how me and my brother are just walking around. We're both unmedicated, walking around doing okay.
Well, that's good. That's
Which
a good
is
race. That gives me
crazy.
hope because I was thinking my family and I should be sterilized from here on. My older brother has kids. My sister, my brother, and I don't need kids.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about me. I'm like, I don't know if I need them.
Like the
Because my
three.
mom's like really wants a grandchild. Like she's like entering her 50s and shit. Like she's ready. And I tell her all the time, I'm like, you're going to have to wait for your son to knock somebody up because it's not happening. For me.
Yeah, I want to adopt. I think like an 11-year-old.
Yeah. Would you donate eggs?
I was looking into it. You have to not smoke weed for a while.
And they would test your hair or your blood or something?
You
Me
can't-
trying to figure out a way
no,
to get
you can't
around
smoke.
it.
I was literally looking at this for like 6 months to 9 months prior. You can't do psychedelics, weed, or any drugs.
Okay.
I'd have to be sober.
They couldn't. Or are they gonna do a spinal tap? How do they
No,
know
they
if
can
you
tell in
did?
your blood too, but
Not with psychedelics, I thought.
no, maybe not with psychedelics.
Okay.
Could probably use shrooms.
You shouldn't.
I
but
shouldn't.
You
It's
shouldn't
10
if you're
grand
gonna
on the
give
table.
your
I'm
eggs to
looking
somebody
into
else
donating my poop
for scientific
for
purposes?
$500 a poop.
So donating or selling?
So, yeah. Guys, I'm a poop monger now. I got 500 a gram. No,
Only poops.
no, it's like a thing I saw on TikTok. I legit applied for it. It takes 6 months for them to get back to you. They basically it's for microbiome, so people pay for your poop so they can put it in their body, so then they can harvest your bacteria into their gut health.
Not what I was expecting.
Right? So
Other people, like what? Rich people?
rich people that go to doctors, it like became a big thing.
Is it
I
like a
think in like
placenta?
2010s.
Like where they like dry it out and put it into a pill?
Maybe, but they like
'Cause if you're just
a
eating
scientist
poopy-
just dusts your inside, their colon with it, so it like can harvest some better gut health.
And
It's very hard.
I guess that is true. I was thinking about it because I was like, and what about, I was about to be so judgmental of your shit. I was like, and what about your poop do you think is going to benefit somebody else? Because I was thinking about my diet and I'm like, Cheez-Its, deli sandwiches, Dove chocolate, but then what did you get me? Manuka root or something in my coffee?
monk fruit.
Monk fruit in my coffee. And so I was like, you probably actually, like, I should probably ask you for your poop so that I can have
Yeah,
a
if you
better
want
gut
some,
biome.
I'll get a cup full of stool.
Like, you actually seem pretty healthy.
We'll see. I don't know. I hope they pick me because I would ideally. You can theoretically make if you donate a bag a day over 6
Wow.
digits.
Could you? Okay, so if you send your poop in and then they find out like it's a really high
What if
quality
I just
poop, do you
had
get
like
more
a
money?
freezer full of poop?
Like an
What,
astronaut?
what if it just takes over my life? I have to get a separate freezer for my poop, like I'm Dahmer hoarding body parts.
Like you're a mother overproducing breast milk. You save it for other moms.
That's why I donate. I'm overproduced. I like already do a lot of fiber, but I'd have to like up it way more.
Yeah, and I would say something so insensitive about women with the boob thing because like I get there's like medical conditions where like you can like keep producing milk, but I'm like at a certain point like your body stop. Like the reason they were able to have wet nurses when we had slaves was because that woman would have a child and then you would just it's kind of like what we do with cows. You just keep having them nurse and the body is going to keep making milk because it thinks it needs to. If you just stop
Instead of-
pumping, you can stop storing the milk.
If
you know what I mean?
Even if you don't want to store it, just open up a really cool cafe in Brooklyn where you do organic, vegan-ish breast milk.
Veganist breast milk, and it's just in a bucket with a ladle.
Ooh, it's like good soup.
Oh my God, it's like ethically sourced breast milk. The mom is on the bar on her hands and knees, and you walk by and you grab a tit. At the cafe. It's at a cafe, and that's the cream. Sorry, that's disgusting.
Oh my God, honey, I heard you need some cream in your milk.
need some cream in your milk.
That's annoying. I don't know what it
You
means.
squeeze it, but no milk comes out. It's just all the like zit pimple stuff.
She's like, I'm out here, honey.
Well, that's what I thought too. Is that I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Is that like?"
It would be
is this, like,
interesting.
a blockage?
It would be interesting to see if you got really big tits when you got pregnant.
That would be crazy. I'd be pregnant all the time.
Yeah.
I would just stay pregnant.
No, the key is to not have the kid. Just stay pregnant
Just
for like
stay
a couple
pregnant.
months
Yeah.
and then like fall down a case of stairs.
Yeah, and then
Do another one.
do hormone therapy. Yeah. Do another one.
Do another.
Just keep
You know, you
going.
can actually make yourself lactate. I only know that because one of my friends, she is an insane person and she dated a guy who was into lactation. So like for hours on end, he would like suck her tit and like you can train. Yeah, it's wild.
That would hurt. I feel like. Maybe it's just because I don't have boobs. But every time a man tries to like do a mouthful of me, I'm like, you're literally ripping the breast tissue from my intercostal ribs.
I don't have very sensitive. I don't know. I don't mind it, and so I'm like, I wonder how. One, it takes forever apparently, but it does work because she started being able.
You can do it to men too. Men can also lactate. That's why they have nipples.
That is so funny.
It's fucking weird, dude.
That is so weird that men also produce milk, and then they just expect us to do all the work.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, well, who's to say you can't fucking have the baby then?
Yeah. Who's to say you can't be a seahorse daddy?
God. But.
Okay. Do you have
That
any
is
last
interesting.
thoughts or anything you want to add?
I don't think so.
I'll link her stuff below. Thank you so much for doing it, and thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, this was fun. I had a good time.
I hope you enjoyed this classic. This is like going back to such my OG podcasting stuff. Rape, molestation, and periods.
Just
also
girly
titty
things.
milk.
Yeah, just girly things.
Just the girly thing. And we did a breast exam. This has actually been like really educational, I'm sure, for you guys. I love you. Have consensual sex only, you little rascals. And subscribe to my OnlyFans if you love Jesus.
Bye.
Bye.